Equally, government's announcement of a $10 million trust fund.
Every year when I no work, if that money should then put it on saving till now, it has passed 110 million already. For the 1 year Miss Stone could work.
Walter Alexander Brissett also suffered at the hands of the state. He served a prison sentence of 10 months. When he was released, he was left with nothing. He too is of the view that the trust fund is inadequate.
I need big money because you hold on my qualification so long. I know they can't talk about the trust fund. I don't trust. John no more trust. Everybody has to pay cash.
Ika Tafara chairs the Coral Gardens Rastafari and Benevolent Society.
The acceptance of the apology is just from the point of view of admission of guilt. That something was done wrong to us by the state.
You should come like the Bad Friday coming. That's the time you should come and apologize so we the victim. And then we appreciate it. I don't appreciate none of it. It's a disgrace.
What's also upsetting to the organization is that the trust will be managed by the government, which will also oversee the payments.
So the interest payments coming out of $10 million. If we calculate it at even 5%, which I doubt it will be that high, it means roughly $500,000 would be available to the victims annually, and therefore they'll be getting, if you divide that by 20 average 20 victims, it's looking like $5,000 per month. So that is really something like a stipend or NIS payment or something like that.
Ms. Williams also made suggestions as to how the victims and the families of victims who have passed should be compensated.
Not all persons suffer in the same way. Some are falsely imprisoned but not so badly brutalized as others. So what we are saying is, based on their statements to the public defender, we can use that objective way of calculating what is due to them without just throwing a blanket figure at everybody.
It's estimated that there are roughly 25 survivors from the Coral Gardens massacre. However, the Office of the Public Defender continues to seek persons who were affected by the incident. Janella Precious, TVJ News.
And still on the Coral Gardens incident, a policeman who was part of the operation will now tell his side of the story.
Howell Burke may have retired from the Jamaica Constabulary Force years ago, but the police operation in Coral Gardens, St. James, will forever etched in his mind.
I will never forget it until when I die. And you will be finding it written on my heart. Coral Garden. Coral Garden.
Now, 105 years old, Mr. Burke is suggesting that it was the Rastafarians in Coral Gardens who were the aggressors, which caused the police to act.
Do you regret what happened though?
Most heartily. I don't like to remember it. As a matter of fact, I up to now I don't come to myself. I really don't come to myself. Why such a thing should have happened? Why first the attack by these men? Why? And as was described by the superintendent, they were all armed with hatchets, machetes, spears, everything that could destroy life.
He agreed that incident in terms of how it unfolded could have been avoided.
It had been 1963. Wish that even that year had never come, because it was a bloody day and a bloody year for the police. Because we lost the superintendent, we lost the detective.
His views of the Rastafarian community now.
We have a different set of Rastafarian in Jamaica today. Different when I say different, they are the same people, but more intelligent.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News. The culture minister has rejected assertions by her opposition counterpart